Part 2 of version 4.7 of Genshin Impact is just around the corner. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's that hype. I thought it was not as hype as obviously Arlecchino. I think that's pretty hard to do. But I will say that there is some room for discussion in regards to these units. Not to say that it's going to be a summon, but I'll tell you right now, I think it's not. But we're going to talk about these units and we're going to go in depth about what you should do with your primos and if you should truly summon for the Wanderer or Baizhu. Now, before we get into that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell to be notified of when the next Genshin Impact video comes out, and leave a comment about what you think. And of course, don't forget, I'm also sponsored by the ever wonderful Gamer Subs. Make sure to use code TAISHA for 10% off. Look at this. Is this not the best waifu cup that you've ever dang seen? I'm just saying. No, but I do like this cup because it's funny. This was the April Fool's cup that we had for 2024, and I'm drinking some red raspberry today, so. Oh, that's so good. All right, without any further delay and enough shelling on my end, let's go ahead and talk about the Wanderer and, of course, Baizhu, right? But we really want to talk about the 4 stars because I think this is where it's going to come into play on if you should summon or not. First things first, let's talk about Beidou. Beidou, as much as I want to give Beidou props, I think Beidou's kind of fallen off a little bit recently. Well, not even recently. She's kind of fallen off ever since Qingque Shinobu kind of came onto the scene. Qingque Shinobu became that Electro applicator that we've been waiting for so long. And now Baizhu, or not Baizhu, sorry, Beidou is just kind of off to the side. Beidou's still good, like, don't get me wrong, the shield's really fun to play with, and her counter is a lot of fun. So if you want fun factor, I think Beidou is kind of fun because it's a different type of style for great swords. However, I don't think it's worth summoning for your primos because, well, she's been in the game since the beginning. If you haven't pulled her yet, you should pull her. Hold on, I just realized something. Look at this. I'm keeping you guys away from a full screen. Look at that black. How unprofessional, right? All right, let's go ahead and talk about Faruzan, right? Faruzan is great at C6. We know this, but she's great for your animal characters at C6 in regards to like your Zhaos, your Wanderers in this case, Cloud Retainers. I know that in a Cloud Retainer team, Faruzan is a must. In a Zhao team, Faruzan's a must. But outside of that, that's really it. And I do like semi-niche characters because Faruzan, you know, there's the Faruzans for Anemo, there's Chevrus for you know, your Electro Pyro teams. So there's plenty of options for her, or not plenty of options. There's options for her, but it would really be dependent on if she's good to be summoned with the current character. Now, if you're summoning for Wanderer, then Faruzan's great to get at C6. But if you're not going to summon for Wanderer, you don't need to worry about C6ing your Faruzan. It's as simple as that. Let's go ahead and talk about Layla, right? Now, Layla's good. Layla's a good shielder, and Layla is a decent cryo applicator. Now, she works with Faruzan in this case, or not Faruzan, the Wanderer in this case, because Swirl and, you know, cryo actually work. However, she does really not anything that would help benefit a Baizhu team. Baizhu is like the type of person who's going to shield and heal you. He does it all. His shield is kind of whatever, but he does shield and heal you. So the shield becomes ineffective for Layla, right? Well, not ineffective. I think Layla's shield, I believe Layla's shield actually is better. But I could be wrong on that. But cryo doesn't react to Dendro. So literally it's just like you would only use her for her shield, and because her shield is already kind of taking place for Baizhu, if you're going to run Baizhu on your team, then there's no point in running both of them. That's just how it is. It's not to say that Layla's bad. I think Layla's way better on teams that don't include Baizhu, because she's going to be the one that you actually like help on, and I think her shield is better in general in comparison to Baizhu. Now, let's go ahead and move on to Baizhu. Because while Baizhu shield might not be the best, I think that Baizhu in general is a really, really good unit. I know a lot of people like to crap on him because he's reran a lot. But if you take away all the reruns, Baizhu's really good. He's not the best, but he's definitely really, really good. And a lot of people crap on him. I like running Baizhu on teams. I actually run Baizhu normally on my second Spiral Abyss team, just because I like him and I think that he does really, really well in regards to shields and healing. Again, he's not the best at it, but he definitely is kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of ordeal. So I think he's good. Should you summon for him? No. I don't think it. I think honestly you shouldn't summon for Baizhu. Not to say that he's not worth your primos, but with the stuff coming very soon, and of course Natlan just around the corner as well, I think that Baizhu is going to be that must skip. But let's go ahead and now talk about the Wanderer. Honestly, the Wanderer is fun. I think that the Wanderer has a lot of good traits in regards to being an Animo DPS. He is a lot of fun. His E is really cool. He's got exploration, so that makes a lot of sense to have him like as part of your exploration team. I have him as part of my exploration team. Should you summon for him? No. I honestly think that these banners are both very big skips because Beidou is old. Faruzan is only going to be really good with your Scaramouche or the Wanderer. She's not going to be really, really good with Baizhu. And Layla, if you're going to run her in a Baizhu team, is kind of, you know, null and void. There's no point in running a Layla in your Baizhu team if you've already got Baizhu. So that's just me though. But in regards to the 5 stars, Baiju's really, really good. And normally I would say that he is kind of worth the primos, but it's the fact that this set of banners is all like reruns, and we have Clorinde and Sigewinne around the corner, which Sigewinne looks like she's going to be a battle healer, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Can't wait to look more into her. But we have those two coming up, and then we have Natland. We also have 4.8 as well, so I'm like, maybe you should wait to see what we get in the next few banners, because that's really all I see. And then of course with the Wanderer, as fun of a DPS as he is, I don't think that he's going to be worth your primos in the long run. And that's going to be it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if you're summoning for any of these two gentlemen, which it's an all husbando banner, or all husbando banners. So, well, outside of the 4 stars, right? But let me know in the comments down below if you're summoning for the Wanderer or, you know, Baizhu. I almost said the Wanderer or Scaramouche. So anyways, y'all, that's gonna be it. Love you all to death, and as always, we will catch you in the next video. Please take care and be safe.